So I just wanted to come on and talk about the tragic, unfortunate, and untimely death of Miller Gardner, the son of Yankees baseball player Brett Gardner. This occurred, I believe, Friday night in Costa Rica in Manuel Antonio, a town I've been to many times. This story sort of really hit home. Being the parent of a 14-year-old, I just can't imagine what the family is going through. As the founder of Jet Set Meds, safety, preparedness, and travel overseas means a lot to me as an emergency medicine doctor. Like most of us, I had a lot of questions about, what may have happened here. What they're telling us so far is that the cause of death was asphyxiation, and it had something to do with some kind of foodborne illness or foodborne ingestion. Those are the only facts really being released, and I just wanted to try to educate and kind of explain. A lot of people have been asking me questions about what I think may have happened here. There's probably about four or five different possibilities. Asphyxiation, we usually think about a sudden closure of the upper airway as the cause of death. This is something that we see in severe allergic reactions, something we refer to as anaphylaxis. I hope it wasn't that. Certainly, that's a preventable death. In emergency medicine, we would consider that a preventable death. A dose of epinephrine or two doses of epinephrine given in a timely fashion can reverse that process. The second possibility could be if he had really profuse amount of vomiting. He could have aspirated his upper airway, which is a situation where someone has such a tremendous amount of vomiting, sometimes under certain situations where they could be sedated, secondary to dehydration or something along those lines. They can't protect their upper airway, causing blockage of oxygen exchange and airflow. Also, occasionally we've seen cases of folks who have such a profuse amount of vomiting, such a short period of time, that it causes electrolyte disturbances. Specifically, their potassium levels can get quite low. Potassium is a electrolyte that's necessary for all cellular function, specifically cardiac cell function. And if potassium levels get dangerously low in a very, very short period of time, that can contribute to things like arrhythmias. Same is true for magnesium and things like that, especially if somebody had a pre-existing condition or a pre-existing susceptibility to those kinds of situations. One other possibility could be if he had a seizure. Sometimes patients have underwriting seizure disorder, and unfortunately, the first seizure can prevent as a fatal one. And then maybe lastly on the list would be a specific foodborne poisoning like botulism poisoning or something along those lines, which causes paralysis of muscles, including breathing muscles or muscles that support the upper airway. Apparently, other family members were sick as well. So, still a lot of unanswered questions here, but that sort of is, I would say, the quick breakdown of what may have occurred here. Hopefully, the Costa Rican authorities will get to the bottom of this so we can kind of get some answers. And obviously, our thoughts go out to the families. This is just such a tragic situation. For 14 years of age is it's just so sad. Our thoughts go out to the family, and stay safe and travel well.